Fontenot gets a nice block. There he goes. Out across the 40. Fontenot to the 25. Still on his feet as he tumbles inside the USC 20. A huge chunk play for Colorado.
Man, it was great to see Alex Fontenot out there running his fourth career 100-yard rushing game. There he had a touchdown in this contest. Ends up with 108 yards on 20 carries. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo Stampede. Voice of the Bus, Mark Johnson, Coach Gary Barnett for the broadcast. Buffs fall 55-17 to USC. First off, Alex Fontenot, he brings a little something different to this offense, doesn't he?
Oh, well, he does. One, experience, and he's just got a nice knack of running. And, you know, I think the way he runs, guys want to block for him.
Yeah.
And he's just one of those kinds of players.
All right. Buffs lose in a lopsided game. What's your takeaway from this one?
Well, Mark, we played hard. I thought we had a nice plan defensively, and we made it work early on. But then, you know, our defense got worn down.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't do anything offensively. We had one nice drive. It ended up in a field goal. But then we just made some critical mistakes in the second quarter and put our defense out there for a long time. We turned the ball over. We turned it over again to them. And, you know, it's just, it was typical Colorado football, the way it's been played this year, pretty much after the first quarter.
Buffalo's, it probably that score rolling across the scroll across the country probably opened some eyes. It was 3-2 after one quarter, but you kind of had the sense that eventually the dam was going to break.
Yeah, they thought it was a World Series score.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, we knew it. I mean, we knew it could happen, but we were playing hard, and you know, we needed to. You just got to be consistent, and we weren't consistent at all.
Yeah.
If we had stayed with the run a little bit, I think we'd had a better chance.
Yeah, maybe stay with the run. There were tackling issues in this ball game. That's kind of been a consistent issue throughout the season. Afterward, we heard from interim head coach Mike Sanford. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly.
You look at the last 2 weeks in particular going into this game, I mean, there's all the reason in the world probably to hang your head and not start fast defensively. And it just shows the resolve in the fight and just the belief that those players have. And I think you're also starting to see some great individual efforts, you know, like Jamar's doing some really good things, guys doing some really good things. You're seeing some good individual efforts. You know, Aaron Austin stood out to me, just rushing the passer. It's a guy that I wanted to see more of, and he's been a contributor on special teams all year. But you know, I think some of this young talent is starting to emerge, and some of those 5th and 6th year seniors that probably hadn't had the success, they're starting to believe in themselves. And you know, as we all know, it's just piecing it all together. And it's super challenging when you're not playing perfect football against these types of teams, and that's really where we're at. We got to execute at a very high level for 4 quarters, and you know the margin for error is small when you're playing against SC with the athletes they have and the quarterback they have, and even the defensive athletes they have. I mean, they move the front a lot. There's a lot of different pieces, and I'd say arguably one of the best pass rushers in college football.
There's interim head coach Mike Sanford after the Buffaloes fall 55-17. We continue with Coach Gary Barnett. What the Buffs did, their defensive scheme caused some problems for USC, didn't it? They were dropping 8 all night long, trying to keep Caleb Williams in the pocket.
They did, and he's a great competitor. You know, he'll certainly be in the Heisman. He'll be in New York for the Heisman Trophy, maybe not to win it, but he's going to be a guy that you're going to have to look at and consider for that award.
4 consecutive games now with 5 or more touchdowns. He had 3 passing, you had 2 rushing. All right, Buffalo's got 2 very tough games still coming up down the stretch, as this season just doesn't seem to end, does it?
It's a season that won't end. And we get another night game.
That's right.
And for you and me, it's just really tough. Yeah, I mean, and we've got 2 tough teams. I mean, Washington may be every bit as good as this team we just played. And then, of course, Utah may be better than this team that we just played. So, you know, it was just the luck of the draw with this schedule. And it's brutal. It's hard on the kids. But, you know, they want to play college football and they want to play again. It's just hard to keep their spirits up. Yeah,
the Buffaloes next week. Gary mentions it's a night game. It's a 7 o'clock game next week in Seattle. He and I and Bobby Passametto are going to hit the air at 5 o'clock for the Buffalo Stampede pregame show on the Colorado Football Network from the Emerald City for Coach Gary Barnett. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We're going to talk with our sideline reporter, Buffs great Jeff Campbell, next on the Buffalo Stampede.